Hey everyone, Shaman here, and welcome to our second Wrestlemania show. This one is all about the new generation, so I think it's roughly 93 to 97. We've got the likes of Diesel, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, all those big names coming at you tonight, live from Tampa, Florida. And here we go, then we're starting things off this evening with a 8-man battle royal. A great chance for somebody to get themselves a point here and really step ahead of the mark. Of course, we saw the Undertaker win yesterday's battle royal, and he's on the main card tonight. So who knows, if someone were to win this battle royal, they might get some opportunities later on. A lot of these people we've seen already. We have seen Papa Shango and, oh, there goes Jerry Lawler. His SWE debut was pretty short, wasn't it? We saw Big Boss Man yesterday, Roddy Piper, Ted DiBiase, Papa Shango, all in the Battle Royal from yesterday as well. And Boss Man, yeah, we saw Mr. Perfect as part of a triple threat yesterday against Bret Hart and, of course, Ric Flair. Bret Hart will be fighting for the SWE Championship here this evening against our new champion, Jake Roberts. But this should be pretty interesting now then. I think somebody else has been... I've been watching this and there's someone else eliminated, isn't there? No. No, for some reason I thought Big Boss Man was a referee there for a second. That was stupid. Okay, yeah, we are still at 7. Only Jerry Lawler has been eliminated so far. So we have got a great card set out for you this evening. Like I said, we will have Bret Hart taking on Jake Roberts for the championship. Also tonight, then we've got Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. As there goes Boss Man. And there goes, nope, both of them hold on, both Goldust and Brutus Beefcake. And they both get themselves back in. Yeah, Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. We've got the Undertaker going one-on-one against... Who is the Undertaker facing off against now? Mankind, that was it. We've got the Steiner brothers versus Owen, Hart and Bulldog. We've got Ramon versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Slight change to the cards from yesterday. And there goes Goldust. Eliminated. We're down to our final 5 here. One of these 5 is going to get themselves a point. I think all of these 5... no, actually, no. They're not. I was going to say they're all on minus points at the moment, but Brutus Beefcake, this is his debut so far. So they're all on -1 apart from Beefcake, who's on 0 at the moment in the rankings. So it's a great chance for one of these guys to get themselves back up to 0 and get a win in that column. Or it's a great chance for Beefcake to step ahead of the curve. Roddy Piper trying to eliminate Ted DiBiase on the side. This might be the last time we see a lot of these people as well. Of course, what the hell just happened there? Of course, tomorrow's show will be moving more into the Attitude Era. So the chances of seeing people like Papa Shango and people like that are going to be very limited in the future, depending on what sort of shows we do. As Beefcake now trying to eliminate Papa Shango. Ted DiBiase trying to eliminate Roddy Piper. Papa Shango's a big man. It's going to be more difficult to eliminate him. Ted DiBiase now just pushing the foot right into the gut of Piper on the outside. No eliminations there, though. We still stay at 5 for now. Papa Shango, though, dumping Roddy Piper to the outside. Wow. Papa Shango. I'm sort of hoping that Mr. Perfect gets the win here, to be honest. I think it'd be nice for him to get a point. I think he'd be the one that I think would be best to get a point as he does eliminate Beefcake. We're down to our final 3. Papa Shango, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. And there goes, wow, there goes DiBiase from Papa Shango as well. Perfect's got a great chance here to get this point back. Of course, he lost the point yesterday when he was in a losing effort against Bret Hart and Ric Flair, which was it's unfair for him. Well, it's not unfair. He lost the match, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I mean, that was a very, very difficult match to win, wasn't it, really? A very difficult match to win. Shango now bringing Perfect back up to his feet. Perfect with a strong right hand. Swinging with the rights once again. Shango now dropping a boot right in the gut of Mr. Perfect. If Papa Shango wins this, I'm not going to be impressed, to be honest. I'm not. Perfect sends Shango over the top. There's a forearm. Papa Shango holds on. Another forearm. He holds on once again. And a third forearm. And Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig does pick up the victory. Thank God for that. Well, I'm happy with that. At least somebody who I really felt like I wanted to get a point got a point. So I'm pretty happy with that, Victor. I think Mr. Perfect is someone we could use in the future as well. So, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with how that has panned out. Now I have to update the rankings to make sure it all shows correct. But yeah, that's a great win for Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig and a great start to our Golden Generation rosters at WrestleMania here. But this is just a tip of the iceberg of how great the show is panned out to be tonight. And here we go then, the Undertaker versus Mankind. Taker with 1 victory out of 1 so far. Mankind making his debut in SWE this year. So this should be pretty interesting, really. Taker could put himself to the top of the rankings here with a victory. He'd be the first man to have 2 victories. That's obviously because he's the first man to really appear on 2 shows as well, I think, to be honest. But either way, Bret Hart can mimic that later on tonight if he wins the SWE Championship. But this is a great opportunity for Taker, and should he win this, I think he'd thrust himself straight into the championship picture, you know. Nice clubbing blow. Taker now sending Mankind into the corner. Of course, still got some fantastic matches for you here this evening. Diesel one-on-one against Shawn Michaels, both making their first appearances in this universe mode. We're going to see Bam Bam Bigelow going one-on-one against Ramon again. They're both first appearances in this universe mode as well. Then the Steiner brothers versus Owen, Hart, and the British Bulldog in a tag team championship qualifier. So much action still for you to come here today. And hopefully I manage to get this uploaded as soon as I can, because at the moment it is not going well. I'm trying to upload the first show while I'm recording this, and it's been recorded now for about 14 hours. No, it's been edited. It's been uploading for about 14 hours, and I'm currently at 24%. Obviously, it's not going well. But hey-ho, you do what you can do, don't you? Nice uppercut there by The Undertaker. Of course, this match is coming from the end of this generation, really. Mankind made his debut towards the end of the new generation, just before the Attitude Era began. Nice backbreaker there by The Undertaker on Mankind. Mankind rolls now to the outside. Mankind, this is more of his element, really. This is what Taker probably doesn't want, is the wrestling match to become a fight on the outside, because we all know how good Mankind is at using his environment as a weapon. So really, if I was Taker, I'd want to keep Mankind in the ring, to be honest. Taker just completely shrugging off the right hands from Mankind and then dropping him with the backbreaker as well. Taker stalking him, running DDT. See, Undertaker's someone who can be on a lot of these shows. I mean, it's WrestleMania, so I would imagine Undertaker could be on all of these shows, to be honest. All the way through his career, different Takers. Nice boot right in the gut of Mankind. Now Undertaker slides back in the ring. It's at a 9 count. And Taker goes back outside. Taker could have won this match there by count out, but he decided against it. He broke the referee's count because he wants to continue the assault on Mankind. Taker sending Mankind right into the ring post. Maybe I was wrong, you know. I said the last thing that Taker wants is for Mankind to get his element on the outside, but to be honest, since they have gone to the outside, Undertaker's dominated. Sorry, I got a bit of a... I think I got a fly stuck in my throat there for a second. Something stuck in my throat anyway. And now, it's going to be a double... We can't contain these two. It's a double count out between The Undertaker and Mankind here. The ring cannot contain them. Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. The one thing that's going to happen is it means I'm going to have to end up putting an extra column now on my spreadsheet for draws. But yeah, the ring just cannot contain Mankind and The Undertaker. we get our first draw of the Universe mode, so that's not going to affect anyone's ranking score, really. But that is interesting, actually. We're going to have to try and figure out what we're going to do with that. I feel like possibly we might end up doing another match with these two on the Attitude Era show, and maybe making it, well, I want to say Hell in a Cell, but I know the Hell in a Cell match doesn't work on this game, but I feel like that would be a fun thing to do, wouldn't it? Either way, that's the end of that match. Let's move on to the next one, and we'll try and think about what to do with this one. Well, that's annoying. It seems that the Steiner brothers' face scans do not load in matches, so that is really annoying. Okay. Well, it's another one. Of course, we had Demolition. Yes, they had the same problem, but now we've got the same issue with the Steiners. Two fantastic tag teams from this era. It was quite difficult to find good tag teams for this era, to be honest. I mean, there were a lot of like random tag teams put together. We had obviously the other ones we could have used were Owen Hart and Yokozuna. We could have used potentially Bulldog and Lex Luger. There was a lot we could have used, but I feel like these are the best two. And to put these two in the qualifier to become the first set of tag team champions here in SWE, I am very happy to do that. Of course, the winners of this match will go on to the Ruthless Aggression episode in 2 episodes' time, where they will face off against currently the Lucha Brothers and the Legion of Doom, and the winner of tomorrow night's qualifier as well. At the moment, it looks like Owen Hart and British Bulldog are in control of this match, though. I think we are going to end up doing the Undertaker versus Mankind in another match tomorrow, I think, looking at it. I think that just makes more sense, so I think we are going to end up doing that. I think we are going to go Hell in a Cell, just for the sake of it. I think Hell in a Cell is one of my favourite match types. Unfortunately, it doesn't necessarily work that fantastically on this game, but hopefully it will keep the match contained. No count-outs as well, which is good. Rick Steiner now dumping Bulldog across that middle rope before getting up there and dropping a knee across the spine as well. I mean, it's so weird. I know this Scott Steiner's missing the face scan, but when you look at this Scott Steiner, the guy in the blue, oh my word, what a belly-to-belly. Owen Hart crashed on the outside. That's got to be painful. And when you look at this Scott Steiner and you look at Scott Steiner now, it really is difficult to think how that's the same person. It's absolutely insane when you look at Midnight. I know that people change throughout their life, don't get me wrong, but like mid-90s Scott Steiner and current-day Scott Steiner are the two furthest apart people I think I've ever seen. It's crazy. Bulldog, nice sit-out powerbomb there on Scott Steiner. Owen Hart with a knee in the face of Rick Steiner, an uppercut as well. Now, just for a bit of information, essentially these tag team matches do not go into your singles ranking points. So if there is a loss here, it won't affect the singles ranking. However, we do have a separate set of rankings set up for teams. Currently, I can give you that. We have Lucha Brothers and Legion of Doom, of course, on 1 win from 1. And we have Demolition, Colossal Connection, the Young Bucks and Revival, all with 1 loss from 1. And of course, one of each of these teams will join each of those sections here today. Oh, the bin men are here finally, that's good. Owen Hart now, big powerbomb on Scott Steiner, and still Owen Hart and Bulldog do dominate this match, which is probably good, to be honest. With the issues we've got the face scans of the Steiners, I'm pretty happy to see Owen and Bulldog do so well. And that's a win! Wow! Owen gets the win with a sharpshooter as well. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Well, that puts Owen Hart and Bulldog into that championship match at the Ruthless Aggression era episode. Of course, we're still going to have to see who joins them as part of the Attitude Era's episode tomorrow, but that's a great win, and Owen and Bulldog, to be honest, dominated the entire match here. Bulldog, of course, does have a loss on his record after yesterday's Battle Royal, but now he has a win in tag team competition. He'll be very happy with that, and of course, the chance to become our first SWE Tag Team Champions of WWE 2K20. And there was the sharpshooter locked in there by Owen Hart. Steiner was tapping, and I'm happy with that because I really want to use Owen Hart a lot more. I think obviously he was cut down in his prime. There's a lot of fantastic matches we want to see Owen Hart have, and that's exactly what SWE can supply. Wow, this card is going a lot quicker than I expected tonight. We still have 3 more singles matches for you left. Let's get straight into the next one, which is Razor versus Bam Bam Bigelow. And here we go then, Razor Ramon versus Bam Bam Bigelow here. It should be an interesting one. I'd like to see Razor win this, to be honest. I feel like, just like the last match and the one before as well with Mr. Perfect, I feel like Razor / Scott Hall is someone we could use later on. I feel like he has the ability to span across different genres and put on some fantastic matches against other people as well from current day wrestling. I mean, I wouldn't be too much against doing like a Razor Ramon versus John Moxley or something like that. That'd be a pretty cool match. I'm sure there'll be some good options of things we could do. But yeah, Razor's someone that I do see some use in the future. Bam Bam, not too sure. Maybe involved in some hardcore wrestling, maybe. Could be the way forward. I've just realised how bad Bam Bam actually looks. I thought this was his face looks really good, but his head tattoo is terrible. And his attire is not very good either, is it? Hey-ho. Hopefully, if Razor gets the win, this will be the last time we see Bam Bam. Anyway. Come on, Razor. It's all down to you now. Come on, my man. So we still have 2 more matches left for you after this one here this evening. We have got up next Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. And then your main event as Jake the Snake Roberts defends his newly won SWE Championship against the Hitman Bret Hart. The best there ever was, the best there ever is, and the best there ever will be. Okay, Bam Bam now wrenching back at the arm of Razor Ramon. Rolling Razor through. Bam Bam now runs straight in with a Fez press and dropping the right hands on Razor. Of course, Razor's going to join the top of the rankings with 1 win out of 1. Might be easier said than done. And here he is, rolling Bam Bam through. Cheeky little pin. Not quite enough, though, to pick up the victory. Razor, nice fall-away slam. And now Razor looking to bring Bam Bam up with fantastic vertical suplex. Yeah, this Bam Bam looks awful, doesn't it? It looked really good when I downloaded it. But it just does not look good now, does he, at all? I'll say, let's just hope he doesn't get the win, otherwise we might have to use him again if he gets 1 ranking point, but Razor is in control again now. Brings Bam Bam back up to a standing base. Strong right hand. Razor slide to the outside. Bam Bam, strong right hand. Razor looking for the clothesline. Bam Bam ducked it and takes him down in a flatliner style maneuver on the outside, crashing to the matting. Of course, that matting on the outside is very, very thin. Ever so slight protection, about an inch thick, that's it really. Referee's up to a 6 count now. We're not going to have another draw tonight, are we? I mean, it's possible. Referee's got to be getting up now. As Bam Bam now just raining the elbows down. Referee does get to an 8 count. Bam Bam bringing Razor back up to his feet. Bam Bam slides back of the ring, back out as well to break the count. Bam Bam could have won it there. It's the problem, they've changed the code in this year with countouts. They used to like try and get back in on a 5. Now it's an 8, and it just so often you get double countouts. Bam Bam taken Razor down. I mean, Bam Bam could have won the match if he just let Razor be counted out, really, couldn't he? But that's not Bam Bam's style, is it? Not Bam Bam's style at all. Razor with a cheeky little roll-up once again. Oh, Bam Bam rolls it back through. Only enough for a 2 count both ways. Both guys trying the cheeky. Bam Bam now dropping Razor Ramon with that big backdrop, and Bam Bam in control. Bringing Razor back up to his feet. Bam Bam flattening with a big clothesline. And just chucking him over the top of his head, crashing to the ground below. And then into a big spine buster as well. Razor straight back up on his feet though. Razor completely no-selling that combination from Bam Bam, bringing him back up to his feet as well. And hoists him up into that big choke slam by Razor Ramon. We've seen him win many matches like that before. Will this be another one? No, only a 2 count. Okay. Only a 2, but Razor stalking. He is ready. Can he lift Bam Bam? That's going to be the question. Bam Bam's a big lad. He does get him up. He does hoist him as well into that Razor's edge. And surely that's going to be enough for Razor Ramon to pick up this first victory in the SWE WWE 2020 roster. And it is indeed. Razor gets the win. And Razor gets that all-important first point in the rankings. Which is going to put him quite in a good position, actually. There's not many people on 1 point at the moment. Not many people at all. And Razor looks like he's going to add insult to injury here. He does, just dropping the boots on Bam Bam Bigelow. I was hoping to write Bam Bam out, but now Razor might make that a bit more difficult here. And here we go then, both Shawn Michaels and Diesel making their first appearances in this universe mode. Will both be very desperate to get hold of that first ranking point once again. What we are going to do though is, just to be clear, we are going to use one character per character, if that makes... No, that's not right. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that both Kevin Nash and Diesel will share ranking points. Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, well, again, will all share the same ranking points. We're not going to change it that way. Which means different variations. If we use, say, for example, we use current day John Cena, and we use the Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena, we will use essentially the same ranking points. If that, I'm babbling. I have no idea what I'm talking about half this time, I tell you. I have these thoughts, I try and explain them, and they go badly. That's all I know. All I know. Yeah, a very important match. Both these guys would love to get those ranking points again. Shawn Michaels is someone who I feel like is going to have a big future in our universe mode. Someone I would like to use a lot of. Someone who I think can have some fantastic matches against some of the current day stars as well. Diesel as well is an interesting one. Whether we use Diesel or we use Kevin Nash is yet to be seen. But again, two guys we want to see a lot of as Diesel heads back into the ring. I mean, Michaels is down. Referee is up to an 8 count. Diesel now, after seeing Michaels get back up to his feet, wants to join him back outside. Michaels throwing Diesel back into the ring. This should be an interesting one. It's all about the jackknife versus the sweet chin music. Diesel now bringing Michaels back up. Hoists him up into that front chancery. And of course, Diesel's going to have that massive strength advantage throughout this entire show. Michaels, of course, has the speed advantage and I want to say technical ability. I don't think either of them are the most technically gifted wrestlers, to be honest with you. They're both very good at what they do. But if you want to get into the technical side of it, that would be Bret Hart, of course. Shawn is the more exciting, the high flyer for this generation. Say, hitting that sweet chin music as a finisher. And of course, Diesel is all about the strength and the power, outpowering his opponents, which is what he's doing here with that big backbreaker on Michaels, who's straight back up on his feet. They're running back elbow, knocking Diesel down. So the moment we have... How many is that? That is... 8. We have 9 guys, currently on a plus ranking. Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, AJ Styles, The Undertaker, Ricky Steamboat, Bret Hart, The Ultimate Warrior, Jake Roberts, And, of course, Razor Ramon. So one of these guys is going to make it 9 here. And, of course, again, they're going to get opportunities. I mean, both of these guys can be involved in the Attitude Era as well. Of course, Shawn Michaels was a big part of the Attitude Era as well. Kevin Nash, of course, over on WCW side. Diesel now just hoisting Michaels up. And again, just showcasing that power with that choke slam now. Just bringing Michaels back up the hard way via his head. Michaels fighting back there with a boot in the gut and then a running forearm. And flips straight back up onto his feet. Before Diesel once again just showing that strength. Just out of nowhere, he just has that strength to regain control of the match. Strong right hand in the gut and an overhand as well by Diesel. Diesel in firm control. Every time Michaels almost gets back in the match, Diesel just takes full control again. It's quite tricky. There's Diesel with the pin now. 1, 2. Wow. Diesel's just beat Michaels. I weren't expecting that, to be honest. I really thought Michaels was going to have this, but Diesel, I think, just knocked him out with that big right hand. I think he did, you know. We'll have to get someone out to check Michaels then, because that was a strong right hand by Diesel, and Michaels just did not get back up afterwards. And he still hasn't moved either. Wow, Diesel, fantastic victory for him. That puts him and Razor both up on 1 point now. And all of a sudden, the Outsiders, NWO, Diesel, Razor, looking incredibly strong in this universe mode. Interesting. That belt just looks so, I don't know what it is with that little thing, it just makes it look so dark. It's not. I mean, you can see it on Jake's or over his shoulder now. It's not dark at all. It's quite a light belt. Ah, God knows. Either way, we're ready now. It is time for Jake Roberts' first championship defense. But it's against Bret the Hitman Hart, who got that big victory yesterday in that triple threat against Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. This is going to be a very interesting one. One of these two guys will be able to not only go at the top of the rankings on their own, because both these guys have got 1 victory apiece. The winner of this is going to go top of the rankings on 2 points, and the loser will drop down to 0 back in the middle of the pack. But yeah, not only that, but they're also going to guarantee themselves a place in the main event of tomorrow's show as well, which is the Attitude Era show, which should be very interesting. That's when things are definitely going to hot up. We've got people like The Rock, Kurt Angle, Jericho, Triple H, Austin, the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge Christian, Kane, Mankind, all those sort of guys again. It's going to be a very fun show, I think, tomorrow. Bret now in control of Jake early on. Jake turning the tide, though. Just pushing Bret away. Bret avoiding Jake before now taking him up onto his shoulder. Gonna drag him all the way across the ring and drop him snake eyes. No pun intended. And now Bret just dropping the boots right in the gut of Jake. There's the pin. Only a 1 count. Oh, strong right hand there by Jake as now he sends Bret across the middle right before forcing the knee right into the spine. I like Jake, you know. Jake is the first big name wrestler myself and PJ Tovey ever saw when we were younger. We went to a show at our local school and Jake Roberts was the big name on that show. Thinking back now, bearing in mind he's been in rehab for a while, but thinking back now, he must have been off his face when we probably saw him, to be honest. It was in the UK though, so I mean, he couldn't have brought anything in with him, but Yeah, he must have been really off his face on alcohol and all sorts in that show, but it was all good. I mean, it's kept in myself and PJ Toby's mind all these years. We've got an affinity with the man. And it's great to see him doing well here in this Universe mode as well. Like I say, becoming the champion, beating Aleister Black on Black's first championship defense. It was a weird match, to be honest. Black got caught out, didn't he, really? He got caught by that strong clothesline, which just sort of knocked his head off. And Jake was able to get the pin straight from that, which was weird, really. Weren't quite expecting that. Big double axe handle across the face there of Bret by Jake Roberts. I think, is Bret bleeding? No. I thought he was there for a second. I got a bit of a red flash, but maybe I was wrong. A little bit of do-si-do between the two now. Bret now with a backbreaker on the outside. Of course, working over that back, ready potentially for a sharpshooter later on in the match. Bret brings Roberts back up to his feet, but Roberts was playing possum, sending Bret straight into the barricade. Bret fighting back, sending Roberts all the way across the ring. Referee's now up to a 6 count. Roberts throwing Bret back in. Roberts must have high confidence after that win yesterday. But then again, beating Aleister Black is one thing, but beating the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be is something completely different, isn't it? Bret now looking for that vertical suplex, but Jake fighting free with a knee in the head, now dropping into the pin on Bret Hart. Only for a 1 count, though. It's a bit early to try and win it that way. Jake now bringing Bret back up to his feet. Jake, big knee strike right in the face and a boot across the chest of Bret as well. And Jake is in firm control of this now. As Jake heading up to the top, not something he's well known for. But he lands a perfect elbow drop right into the heart of Bret Hart. Obviously, like I say, Jake having to really dig in deep in his arsenal. His confidence is high after that victory yesterday. However, he did miss the second elbow drop. Went to the well one too many times. There's the pin by Jake. Bret kicks out after a 1. Jake now bringing Bret back up to his feet. And there is the backbreaker. I wonder who the first person is going to be to actually defend this championship successfully. Of course, Aleister Black was unsuccessful in his first championship defense. Roberts has the chance here. And he has dominated a large chunk of the match. But it is Bret Hart. You can never write Bret off, can you? Bret now raining the boots into the back of Jake Roberts. Up into the backdrop. Jake's back up on his feet. Bret catches him once again, the front chancery. And into a gutbuster as well. Bret really working on the middle of the body of Jake Roberts. And now up he goes. Oh, that's how he got such a big advantage in yesterday. Power driver, dead center of the ring. Do we have another new champion? No. Well, not yet anyway. Jake Roberts able to kick out after the 2 count. But Bret, middle of the ring, catches the legs. And rolls Jake over into that sharpshooter. Will Jake tap? Jake does tap, and we've got a brand new SWE champion in Bret the Hitman Hart. Wow. Can anybody defend this belt successfully? It's not looking likely at this point in time, is it? Wow, so that is 2 new SWE champions in the space of 2 days. Bret Hart also is going to go top of the rankings, all on his own, with 2 wins from 2. The only man so far to have that record. What a power driver that was. Dead center of the ring. Wasn't quite enough to get the win, though. Only enough for the 2 count, but then it was the sharpshooter locked in by Bret Hart that gave him the victory and gave him the SWE Championship. So there we go. Great win for Bret Hart. I mean, if anybody was going to come out of the retro era with the belt, it was going to be Bret Hart, wasn't it, really? that massive triple threat victory last night against Ric Flair and against Mr. Perfect. And now the 1-on-1 victory against Jake Roberts as well. But of course, it's not all plain sailing for Bret. He will have to defend that championship tomorrow on our Attitude Era roster. Against who? Well, I'm going to have to fiddle around with the card, I think, and try and make it as strong as it possibly can be, because this is going to be pretty interesting, to say the least. Anyway, that's going to be the end of our New Generation show. I hope you have enjoyed. Of course, if you have, hit that like. Of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow, ready for our Attitude Era show. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe and that other good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.